If somebody lives in your house and you talk about them to your insurance agent or you call the 800 number is usually what happens, you're stuck. You can't remove them from your policy unless they either move out of the house, get their own insurance, or have some sort of exclusion. There are a few options that we can discuss that might help, but to answer your question, hello, my mom added me to her insurance and I went from $700 to $1,500. Then she called to get a quote to see what it would be if I got my own car, but they never added another car. Now they raised her premium to $2,000, which does not make sense. That don't understand what's happening there. You'll have to ask them to get more directly. She called Allstate and they said there's nothing they can do about it. What are your thoughts or advice? So there's a few things that are happening. You are licensed. If you're legally licensed, then you have to go on the policy until you either A, surrender the license and get a state ID, or B, you go get your own car and own insurance, and then they can, most companies will let you do that and just remove you or just not have you listed. Or 3 or C or whatever number letter I'm on is you can exclude yourself. Be very careful. If you exclude yourself, you literally cannot drive the car. You can. They don't care if you drive it, but it's not covered. So you crash that car, even though she has comp and collision and all that, not even if you stole it. She's literally signing away that if you touch the car, get injured in the car, anything, you have no coverage there. For some people, that is the option. And for a client of mine recently, that is the case because their parents have never driven their car and they just wanted to exclude them. So there you go. They just sign it away and they're good. The best way to do it is if you think you're going to get another car, then find a decent, probably used car because it sounds like you're in a state that's fairly expensive, and check with some local agents. Probably Allstate is not the fit for you. It sounds like they want a lot for your risk profile, right? The type of risk that you are, the credit, the insurance score, the history that you have, the driving record, the age you were licensed, all of those things play a factor, the location you're in. All of these pieces make up things. You're not going to have a multi-policy discount. You're not going to have a multi-car discount. Those add up and help, and you'll get those over time once you get a little bit older, you rent your own apartment, you start doing things, you get married, like all these things make changes. But until then, you need a company that's a little bit more risk adverse. Companies like Progressive, Geico, Esurance, which is actually Allstate's sub company. You can go directly to their website. If you're looking for more of an agent feel, where just like we do, we give advice, and you're looking for someone to help you understand that, I'll put a link in the description below where you guys can fill out a quote, and we can connect you with an agent in your local state that can usually at least help you shop with some of these companies that I mentioned. If your first car, just getting started, sometimes Nationwide is a really good fit. And that's one of the main companies a lot of these independent agents work with. The end of the road option is just exclude yourself from the policy, know you're not covered, and then her rate pretty much stays the same. But you're probably in a state where Allstate raised the price. So I don't think it's just you being out of the policy. I think there's other factors that are playing in this scenario. If it isn't the case and you are the only reason, excluding you should remove 99% of that cost so that you don't have to pay. Sometimes there's a $10 or $15 fee to exclude somebody, but that's way better than $2,000 extra per month. The last thing I want to leave you with is if you're new to insurance, which it sounds like you are, you should check out my Car Insurance 101. And then after that, come back and watch the insurance discounts because that might help you out a little bit with the prices. I'm Mark with Think Insurance. I'll see you in the next one.